guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and we've got a JP data download here. Seems like the Dragon Ball superhero stuff is beginning in earnest. Now, I do just want to say that judging by the fact that Beast Gohan is literally dropping on Legends right now, Dokkan, is having DOKKANFEST Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. These are the first DOKKANFEST exclusives from Dragon Ball Superhero. Legends just got the English dub voices added for Gamma 1 and 2. These units released on Legends in June, with only their Japanese voices. They just had their dub voices added. My point with all of this together, I want to hammer home right here, is the reason these characters were not out on these games until right now is because Toei, for whatever reason, did not let them, or they weren't able to license these characters and actually release them, these games. Now they are. So the point is, the fact that these games can now drop them, I expect on Dokkan a flood of this stuff coming. I would bet that the next DOKKANFEST exclusive on JP is going to be Superhero. And then DOKKANFEST exclusive after that very well might also be Superhero. So I don't really think Anniversary, there's numerous reasons, right, why I have not thought Superhero is going to be Anniversary, right? But I just don't see them, like, there's no reason to wait now. It's very clear that they can actually drop these characters. They could utilize these characters at this point. So I think that they're going to be doing that, right? So, now, Gamma 1 and 2, this is a tweet right here. This is from my showcase right here. Gamma putting up an 11 million attack stat while he has 700k defense with 50% damage reduction. I'm going to tell you right now, I think Gamma 1 is the best TUR in the game. Easily. It's without question. Gamma 1 is insane. Like, this is exactly the type of character that will dominate. And this guy will age good, right? Having guard at the start and then building up damage reduction. Beautiful design. This is really good. I think Gamma 1 is insane right here. Now, my early take on these characters, right, is I think Gamma 1, I would place him at 1. I think I would put Kid Goku at 2, and then I think I'd put Gamma 2 at 3. Now, Gamma 2, from what I've seen by the majority of the community, Gamma 2 does appear to be, like, underrated or undervalued to me. He does. Gamma 2 is very strong, right? The way I look at the way he's sort of, like, designed and stuff like that, I would say he's a bit of, like, like, he's kind of like an upgraded, like, physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like, that's sort of the way I was thinking of him. But he does also support, right? And he does have nullification, right? Whereas Gamma 1 only has a counter against unarmed super attacks, which is far inferior, right? Gamma 1 cannot counter Red Zone Broly, right? LR Metal Cooler can nullify Red Zone Broly, right? The STR and Tech super attacks, right? LR Metal Cooler can nullify them. Gamma 1 cannot counter them. He can't do it. Gamma 2, however, can go into the Broly fight, and he can nullify Broly's AoE, and he can nullify AGL Broly. So, Gamma 2 is definitely really good. I just think that I don't know that I quite like what he's doing as much as Kid Goku, though, who's got the Rainbow Orb changing, the damage reduction to the entire rotation and stuff like that. Gamma 1 to me seems a little too ridiculous, just like out there insane. So I probably do like him even above Kid Goku. But these guys to me these three feel much stronger. I think than even like Ginyu, Pan, Easy STR Cooler is about at that level right around Ginyu. Those characters are not on these Gamma's levels and Kid Goku's level. They definitely took a jump up after the worldwide download. So I feel like characters have taken a substantial leap since Carnival Goku and Final Form Cooler released. These characters have been really crazy, right? So these units both look good. This is probably going to be one of the better banners ever. So they drop tomorrow on JP, right? Actually, they drop in 26 hours on JP. And then on Global, they drop in a week, right? I expect this banner, at the very least, will have Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and Majin Vegeta. I think Majin Vegeta will be on both Global and JP's banner because he has not ever returned since March. So we can expect Majin Vegeta on here. This might be one of the best banners ever to summon on. Like, just like a 7-unit DOKKANFEST exclusive banner. I remember, Physical Angel Golden Frieza's banner was one of the better, like, just 7, like, random, like, Dokkanfest exclusive banners ever, right? This one seems crazy to me. I don't think I'll be able to tell people to skip this. I feel like summoning for these guys is probably a good idea. They are on this team, which is, you know, basically the most relevant team in the game currently, Movie Heroes. They just can't stop getting insane buffs, right? And it's going to keep happening. They buff a lot of weak teams as well. I think these guys look good, but when I say it's going to be tough to skip these guys, I need y'all to understand, I think superhero stuff is going to be coming out constantly for the rest of the year. I think we're just going to keep getting superhero stuff. Power Awakening Piccolo, Pan, Ultimate Gohan, Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, potentially a Cell Max card. I expect all of this stuff is just going to be flying in rapid fire throughout the rest of the year. I really do. That's why, I don't know, Global, dude, the Resurrection of Blues might not show up until, like, freaking March or something. I don't know. Like, because I feel like, judging by the fact that the Gammas are just a week apart on Global, like, I feel like this stuff is not, like, all right, it dropped on JP Global, you guys are getting it in 4 months, right? Like, it's coming right up. So, I don't know, like, LR Fusion, Zamasu, Vegeta and Trunks, Resurrection of Blues, and LR Golden Frieza, I think they're just in limbo for a while. Okay, now there's some other stuff here for us to talk about, just besides how dominant these guys are. Again, keep in mind that both of the Gammas are 200% leaders, by the way, and their team is insane, both of them, because they lead Movie Heroes. I especially like so Gamma 2 and Kid Goku lead 3 categories. Just stunning, man. That is really good. 3 categories getting buffed right there. Like, you know, Androids now has a legitimate team. Special Pose has a legitimate team. Now, Special Pose is relevant for a couple reasons. Let's get into this. So, what is this? Okay. So, there appears to be, like, this is going to be a category for superhero, right? The movie. But right now, it doesn't have units on it. So, we'll see what's going to happen with that, right? Because we know that these characters, they don't actually have it, right? They're not on it. No characters have it. There's also missions here. Let's go ahead and take a look. So, I don't really know what the point of this is. All of the free-to-play characters, so the free-to-play Ginyu Force units, as well as the free-to-play Bardock squad, both of these squads, there's new missions being added for some reason. I don't know. Here's missions, looks like for the story event. There is a sticker for beat all the missions. Okay, that's cool. And then exchange treasures from Baba Shop, because there's like the little items that we can grind up. Yeah, the Penko stuffed toy. Clear all the stages. I saw that it looks like the stages, it's just like Tournament of Power stuff, right? It's Piccolo and Gohan's training. It's them in that fight they had with Tien and Blue Goku. And then the last stage is from actual during the Tournament of Power, I think, when they're fighting the Universe 6 Namekians, right? It's just sort of, the event is continuing to build up, right, to Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. That's the whole point of the event. So there's that. Then we get to this. So the Cell Max event is getting missions. Now, I like this a lot. This is good. We all agree that, like, them actually releasing stuff like this, it's very easy for them to do this every celebration, right? To me, like, some of the random, like, most fun it ever seemed like people had to me was the original Legendary Goku event. Actually, let me pull this up. I typically like to show you guys as I'm talking about it, not just tell, but show as well. The original where's challenge? There it is. The original Legendary Goku event, right? It didn't drop with all these missions, right? I believe when this first dropped, there was just these missions right here. You know, for beating it and beating him. Yeah. I don't think these might have been added later. I don't know. These might have been added later. This was, I think, the initial missions you could do, but then later on they added these. People were having so much fun with this. This is such easy content for them to do, and I like this a lot. Now, this Legendary Goku event, I definitely think this did not feel as hard on release as the Cell Max event did, I would say. Like, just like scaling like to the way the game was back then to the way the game is right now, right? But we have missions for the Cell Max event. So there's one for beating it within 8 turns. I mean, these are going to be tough, but the thing about the Cell Max event is that there's no limitations, right? You just do it infinite times. Like, yeah, it can be frustrating when he just kills you, but, like, you know, I'd rather they actually have some challenge in here, right? Again, there's no stamina requirement. There's no daily restrictions. You just jump into the event as much as you want. So you have to beat Cell Max within 8 turns. That one could potentially be annoying, but you can easily blitz him with some powerful characters. Beat without a support item. I mean, this will definitely be tough, right? Like, no way to sugarcoat this. No support memory, no support item is going to be difficult to sort of take down Cell Max. Now, without a support item, does this allow you to use the support memory? I actually don't know for sure. Like, I don't think I could say off the top of my head 100% for sure if you could use a support memory or not with this. That does make quite a big difference, right? Because then if we would get to this one right here, which is you have to beat Cell Max with a special pose team, you know, then, you know, you really would want to, you know, potentially use the full Ginyu Force. I actually can pull this up. I grabbed this earlier. I did beat Cell Max with the full Ginyu Force team a little bit earlier. This was a month or so ago or something like that. Alright guys, we are right here. I beat Cell Max with the full Ginyu Force team, right? This was definitely tough. I mean, I don't want to pretend like this was super easy, even with the rainbowed full Ginyu Force team. But that support memory, dude, this is like stronger than like any item. Like the stats increases it gives you is crazy. Like your team is just so much stronger with that, right? Now there's 2 things to this, right? Number one, you know, beat it without items, beat it with special pose, beat it within 8 turns, right? Also beat it with an artificial life form team. Sure, right? Like these seem tough. It does seem though that special pose characters now are boost characters in this event. It seems as though special pose characters do increase damage to Cell Max. So, even though this seems super ridiculously nasty, they also added in a backdoor, which is they made it easier, right, to beat it with these characters. So, you know, I don't think that this is going to be too tough without restrictions, right? The reason that the red zone missions sometimes can feel pretty shitty is because you're heavily restricted, right? So, I mean, that is definitely a problem, but we don't have those restrictions here for the Cell Max. We'll see how this is going to be. Now, yeah, of course, guess what? The easiest thing is you could just get the summonable characters. I already see people really, like, upset and complaining, but again, I mean, we've had, they drop new summonable characters good for the events forever. They've always done this. I feel like I've not seen this level of whining before when Dokkan is just doing what they always do, right? Like, it's like, Super Battle Road drops, characters come out good for that. Legendary Goku event drops, characters come out good for that, right? Like, it's the same thing as always, right? We can't complain about shit. The number 1 pay-to-win event ever, I feel like, has got to be the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku EZA. I feel like the number 1 pay-to-win event ever was this. This shit, day 1, was so hard to beat. Revived Warriors was way worse at the time. Int Angel Golden Frieza wasn't even around. If you didn't have him, it's not like you could just then go summon on the banner, right? This was the nastiest shit they ever dropped on release, right? In terms of like, you know, like, hope you summoned for Angel Frieza, because if you didn't, it's going to be pretty tough, right? So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, right? So we have Gamma 1 and 2 in here. They are ridiculously ferocious. At an initial glance, I think Gamma 1 is pretty clearly, I think, the best TUR. I think Gamma 2 is vaguely in there with Kid Goku. It is good that Gamma 2, besides just like the, normal, like, oh my god, he does damage. Wow. Oh, whoa, Gamma 2 hits really hard, guys. Never seen a character do that before. But he does also support and have a nullification, which is really good, right? I mean, these guys are getting defense on super attack, which can make them really hang in there against these tough bosses. They have great leader skills, both of them. I mean, these are just characters that are strong in nearly every way. Very good designs for both of them. Incredibly powerful, right? And their banner looks like it's going to be pretty good. We got missions for the Cell Max event. That certainly seems pretty fun. We will get celebration details in, like 10 hours or so? And we will see, if there's going to be EZAs, if we might get more news. But again, I would like to have people understand that I do expect superhero stuff to be dropping a lot moving forward. So keep this in mind. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.